Today, I'm watching The Last of Us Season 1, Episode 5. In the previous episode, we had Joel and Ellie reached Kansas City on their way to Wyoming and ran into this QZ setup. We met a new character, Kathleen, and it seems like they're having their own kind of inner turmoil trying to find Henry. So they've got their own stuff going on, and Ellie and Joel are just trying to get through this mess. They're trying to find Tommy and, end up getting caught up in all of this. And the episode ended with Joel and Ellie waking up to people pointing guns in their face. So I'm very worried to see where this is going to go, and they don't have their supplies. Like, they're very limited on resources right now. Tess isn't there, Bill and Frank aren't around, like the people they know, their connections aren't around. We did see Joel and Ellie bond a little bit in the previous episode. Ellie had this joke book and, she was making puns, which were funny. And it's nice to learn more about their backstories as well as the episodes go on. So, yeah, I'm very curious to see where this is going to go, especially, meeting this new group and these new characters in Kansas City. But thank you so much for sharing and this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And if you want to have a say in what movies or TV shows I watch, be sure to join Patreon. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. This must have been before. They haven't listed a year, but I'm guessing this was... We saw them writing "We the People" on the trucks before also. Oh my gosh. Is that a doll? Oh, I thought that was a doll, but clearly not. Oh my god, just a massacre. Who are they? Oh my gosh. What is happening here? Oh my god, public hangings. Oh, that's what happened to Fedra? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. This is horrible. That's the little boy we saw in the building. Is he deaf? Or they're just trying to be quiet? Oh my gosh, this is horrific. She's on a rampage. I think she just wants information. I don't think she really cares if it's accurate or not, but here we are.
Did it make you feel safe? How does it make you feel now?
I'm guessing the answer is going to be not so good. Yeah, clearly they were turning on each other long before this happened.
No one here has to die. Yeah, we could put you on trial. You're all guilty, so that's how that'll go.
What a trial.
But things have gone great. Haven't you heard? Kansas City is free.
Free from whom, though? They're free from Fedra, but not from this chaos.
He didn't say.
You're still threatening to kill people, so...
I swear, I've told you everything I know.
Which means you have no more use, so she's still gonna kill you.
No. We are not really putting them on trial. When you're done, burn the bodies. It's faster.
Shauna has taken over Kansas City. Oh my god.
Why go to the trouble? You can kill yourself right here.
20 cans and 6 pounds of jerky for the 3 of us.
Is this little boy Sam?
Minimum, I think we can make it 11 days. So that's how long we have to figure it out.
Because they had a bunch of drawings and stuff, and he obviously has his notepad, and I remember seeing the cans on the floor when they found this little hideout.
Scared. Because you're scared.
That's my guess. It looks like a familiar set, and I'm guessing they would have gone back, like, in time a little bit, like maybe a couple weeks before Ellie and Joel got there. Yes! I knew it was Sam! Yes! Because the doctor obviously is unalive now, so this must be before. That would be so hard. You'd be terrified, but you're trying to put on a brave face, obviously. He's not. He's not. Yeah, they don't know that, obviously, but he's not coming back. At least he's being honest with him. Like, that would be hard to tell this little kid the truth because it's not good, but, you know, tough times that they're in. And because we know they find this hideout, but they're not in it. They just find, like, the remnants of it. So luckily they got out before they were found. To make him look like a superhero. Aww. That's gotta be Joel and Ellie crashing on the other side. Yeah. Maybe they followed them into that building? I don't know. And it's, yeah, interesting to see the way they're playing with the timeline of everything. Did he see them, though? But yeah, it's interesting to see the crash from Henry and Sam's perspective. I'm guessing this is Henry. We know the little boy's name is Sam. I don't know who else this would be. That's the most obvious choice. It's almost reminded me like this bit of like A Quiet Place a little bit. Obviously, this little boy has hearing loss and just how extra difficult that would make things.
You don't have to worry about what to say. We don't want to hurt you. We want to help you.
And they might actually believe it now that we know kind of who they are a little bit. Not a ton about them, obviously, but...
That's right.
That's a weird tone, man.
That's just the way he sounds. He has an asshole voice.
Yes. But if either of you guys try anything... Yeah?
But they said their guns are empty, like they don't have any bullets, but obviously they don't know that, and they're not willing to test it, or I wouldn't.
No, that's 10 days ago, no.
You always heard Casey Pedro was...
Monsters, savages. Yeah, you heard right.
Oh gosh, that's horrible. Oh my gosh. They finally revolt, yeah.
So that's the deal. I show the way. You clear the way.
I mean, they both need to get out of the city. Obviously, it's going to end badly if they stay here for too long. They'll get found out eventually, and... The pun book. Aw.
I haven't heard that in a long time.
So how are we getting out?
They obviously needed the help. Like, Joel doesn't know Kansas City, obviously, and these guys, yeah, need a way out, too. I remember those little notepads, they like erase and clear, which is perfect because obviously you need some way to communicate with people who don't sign.
I mean, other than the strange shit you've already seen.
No infected?
Oh, there's infected. Just not on the surface.
Yeah, that we saw underneath. Oh my god.
Those fascist motherfuckers ever did.
So you want us going into a tunnel?
Everyone thinks.
It'll be full of infected. Yes.
When?
Like, 3 years ago. Okay, maybe there's one or two, but you handle it.
We did see that in the previous episode, but it wasn't a tunnel.
Wait, you ran into a clicker.
2 of them.
And you're still alive.
Is that what they're called?
You're the right people. If it gets bad down there, we turn around and run right back out the same way we came.
Oh, that's your great plan?
No, that's my dicey as fuck plan.
That would be terrifying. It's a really cool set, though, yeah, and to travel underneath the city and to know that Kathleen wouldn't dare go down there, but I wonder why other cities haven't tried pushing the infected down, because obviously, I mean, it's still going to be a horrible plan, but I don't know what other options you'd have. It's like a kid's... What's all the drawings on the wall? That's messed up. Oh gosh. Does that mean like alive people were down here? Like not affected? They were using this as like a play school or like a... What? And they were playing soccer. Oh.
And they all got infected.
Yeah, if they thought it was safe, they'd, you know, hide, and but then, like, what happens when you come up, you know?
Ah, so cool.
It's nice to see Ellie, like, make a friend. Like, I know they're a little bit age difference, but still.
Of the unit. Do here.
Wouldn't be so bad to wait the light out a bit. Safer in shadows when we pop back out on the other side.
Yeah, we obviously only know Joel's perspective from after the outbreaks, and we've seen a few clips of, like, people who were picked up and told they were going to be taken to quarantine, but, you know, these people obviously living underground and exploring that element of it.
To take care of him, I shouldn't have said what I said. I don't know your situation.
Yeah, Joel's done things, obviously, like, it's not perfect.
Sam, he got sick. Leukemia.
Oh my gosh. No.
Left of it. And it belonged to Fedra. And if I wanted some, I was gonna take something big.
So we turned that guy in. Oh my gosh.
Resistance movement in Kansas City. And Catherine's brother.
Oh my gosh. She mentioned that they beat the crap out of her brother.
Still think they should take it easy on me?
Nope. That's gonna hunt you down.
I don't know what you're waiting on, man. The answer's easy. I am the bad guy because I did a bad guy thing.
Yeah, the blood might not be directly on his hands, but very much associated. Like, he didn't pull the trigger or anything, but still, he wanted to save Sam.
In our perfect box, we would be safe.
Sounds like he was a good brother. Aw.
I'm not. I never was.
She definitely seems to have more of a darkness in her. Probably.
Wouldn't want me to hurt Henry. That he would want me to forgive. I know that too.
She doesn't seem like the forgiving type, to be honest.
He didn't change anything. You did.
It seems like he was more like, I don't want to say passive, but she obviously has very different tactics than her brother. Like, even she admits it. She's like, I'm not like that.
Success and Sarah far farewells.
No, he'll change his mind, trust me. This is how it goes. He's like, no, Ellie, never, ever, ever happening.
Great impersonation.
I'm gonna ask you a million more times, and he's like,
Cheese and rice. I knew it was too close. They were too close to making it out safely. Oh my god. He was getting too cocky with his plan working, and here we are. Good night. Yeah, whoever it is seems to be alone, whether they're with the resistance or not, but... or just don't want people to leave, I don't know, but... stopping them from getting out. Yeah, there's the bridge. Oh my gosh. You're so close.
That's all you have to do. Please don't do it.
What is this guy doing? Yeah, Joel's like, I don't want to do this. Oh gosh. Run! Yeah, you gotta go. Oh my gosh. You got a big tank of it. Yeah, exactly. Get out of there. Oh my gosh. I don't like this at all. Cheese and rice. That's one way to clear a road. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we saw them in the previous episode leaving with all these vehicles. I'm worried this is going to separate Joel and Ellie, though. Run, run, run. Oh my gosh. Oh! Keep running!
He's up there. Fuck.
And now Joel, of course, is cornered against all of these people. Oh my gosh.
I'll come out!
No, no, no. She's gonna hear you.
Why you did what you did. But did you ever stop to think that maybe he was supposed to die?
He's just a
Oh my gosh.
Well, kids die, Henry.
She's got a lot of compassion. It is Shauna. She's crossed over.
The world revolves around him? That he's worth everything?
To him he is, obviously.
Get ready to take him and run. Yes. Do it.
I don't like how this is going. I don't like it at all.
It's time, Henry. Enough.
She's gonna kill him. There's no way he's making it out of here. Like, come on, man. She's not gonna think rationally. There's no trial. Joel, you have a shot. I know he does. Where is the truck going? They said the affected were underneath. Did the affected just eat this truck? Oh my god. They pushed him underground. Yeah. Oh my god. Well, run. Run. Now is your time to run. If there was ever a distraction, this is it. Cheese and crackers. Run. Oh my gosh. Just like push us underground for 20 years. This is what happens. Oh. You gotta run. You gotta run. Quick, quick. Oh, and yeah, how good of a shot. What happened? Where'd they go? We know Ellie's been bit a few times. What happened to Henry and Sam? Cheese and crackers. This episode is nuts. Bye. Looks like your genius plan didn't work. Good thing she's small. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. It's like a mega, like a freaking mega one. What the heck is this thing? Oh my god. Cheese and rice. His entire body is just covered in these things. Oh my god, it literally ripped Perry's head off. Oh my god. Bye. That was some kind of like super mutant. Oh, you should have closed the window! Joel's only gonna have so many shots left. Is that little girl? Oh my gosh, my heart. That's so sad. Oh. You gotta go. I don't know where Henry and Sam are. Oh my god. Clawing away from the inside of the vehicle. Oh my god. Oh my god. No, 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 no. We know Ellie's been bit, but like those two. These two working together is obviously a good plan, but like she's gotta try and save these guys. Oh my gosh. What happens if Ellie gets a bit of third? Oh. Okay. Oh no, 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 no. Get him out of there. Oh! Oh, I hope they're not bit. I'm worried though. That was close. This is freaking insane, man. What a crazy... Seriously, girl? She's just dead set on revenge. Oh! Bye, Kathleen. Oh my god. That kid is giving her the beats. Cheese and crackers. Okay, goodbye. Run. Run. You know how this ends. Run away now. I thought they were gonna like let Kathleen live in the episode and you know we'd see her later, but I think all of Kansas City is game over. The feast has begun.
Zero 01 approaches the red planet.
And then bonding over this comic book that they found as well.
Endure and survive.
Endure and survive. That shit's redundant.
Yeah, it's not great. Probably walking. But, you know, if you want to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I figured he'd ask them eventually, but it's nice that they've like officially been Yeah, of course.
I'll tell them in the morning. New day, new start.
And there's obviously, like, strength in numbers, too. Like, they can look out for each other. They can take shifts sleeping. Like... She's like, yeah, you're welcome for saving your life. No big deal.
I don't see any weird movements. Steve?
I'm guessing this isn't a real comic book. They just made it up for the game or the show.
Do I not look scared?
That's what his brother said. Aww.
I'm scared. All the time.
Yeah, you'd have to be. I think you just can't, like... It's not that you can't acknowledge it. It's just it's so constant you don't have time to process it.
Scorpions!
He's like, what the heck? Yeah, if something happened to Joel. I mean, now she has Sam and Henry, but still, if something happened to Joel, who knows what they would do. I don't think they would just abandon her, but, like, you know, it's another person to take care of.
Is it still you inside?
He's wondering about the affected. Yeah, like these, he probably hasn't. Oh no, he did get bit. Frick, I was so worried. Oh, they were so close. You could see them grabbing when they were under the truck. What's Ellie gonna do?
My blood is medicine.
Is she gonna try and cure him? I mean, this would be one way to find out it works, I guess. I don't know what the other two would do if they find out. That's how science works. You test the theory. So they're testing it. Oh my gosh. Her blood. I really like Sam, so I hope it works. But we know he's got a medical history with leukemia and stuff as well. Oh, this little boy, my heart.
Promise.
I don't know who this little boy actor is, but he's doing a great job. I'm already getting teary-eyed. Every episode, I just can't make it. I think they both definitely needed a friend, so... I hope Sam's okay. She was supposed to stay awake with him. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Sam! No! Somebody has to do it. I knew he was gonna do it, but it was still... Frickin' Sam! My heart. Oh my gosh. They just... What are we doing now? What are we doing now?
Easy.
This poor guy. Oh no. Frickin' Sam!
What did I do? What did I do?
He said he never killed anybody, and now he killed Sam.
Give me the gun. Give me the gun.
I think he's gonna use it on himself. I'm worried. Okay, yeah, okay. She tried so hard to save him, and like she thought her blood would help, and maybe it would have, but Sam obviously with the cancer, maybe it was already too weak. I don't know. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they're really living up to The Last of Us in this title. Good night. Every episode, someone's gone. And Ellie just made a friend. Oh, God. I'm sorry. Oh, no. And now we're back to literally just Joel and Ellie again. With a little bit more supplies, but still. Gosh. They worked so hard to get them out of the city, and we're finally on their way out, and... So that was my first time watching The Last of Us, Season 1, Episode 5. Oh my god, they really mean The Last of Us, because we are killing off characters left, right, and center. Like, I feel like we're only at Episode 5. I know it's a short season, there's only 9 episodes, but I feel like repeatedly we just end the episode with Ellie and Joel walking away, and Ellie and I know it's called The Last of Us, but they meant it. Like, I feel like any character we meet has a 1 episode or 2 episode arc, maybe. Like, even Tess, who had a long history with Joel, didn't last very long. And then we just met Kathleen in the previous episode. Obviously she died in this episode, and we started the episode meeting Henry and Sam, and obviously they're gone by the end of the episode. And great performances by those two as well. Oh my gosh. And Melanie Linsky, who played Kathleen, great job from her as well. It definitely reminded me of Shauna, but that's fine. There's elements that compare for sure, but the actors who played Sam and Henry I thought were amazing, especially Sam. Like, I don't know how old the actor was in real life, but he's supposed to be playing an 8-year-old, and I don't know if the actor was actually deaf in real life. It felt very genuine, so I'm going to assume he was, but yeah, let me know in the comments. Even the few times, we hear him try and speak, and it felt very realistic, and, he was, fluent in sign language. Again, I know those things can be taught, but I'd like to think that they would try and hire an actual deaf actor. I'm not too sure, but that would be my hope. And yeah, I'm curious to find out more now that I finished watching it, but it felt so genuine. And, even the actor who played Henry as well felt really genuine and really sincere. And I like that we learned about their backstory, like, very quickly, but it's still, obviously they didn't have a long run in the show. Like, we were getting hopeful towards the end of the episode. They've made out of Kansas City, they're staying at this hotel. Ellie trying to save Sam with her blood, I also obviously was unnecessarily hopeful about, because that backfired. And even just the fact that his perspective, being deaf, gave us as the audience a new perspective of the whole situation. And like I said, it reminded me of The Quiet Place a little bit, just with that, world trying to navigate. And as opposed to not making sounds, he can't hear anything, obviously, in this. And just seeing the struggles he would go through, he's got his little notepad thing that he can write on to communicate, and obviously his brother Henry could sign, but still it would just be this, you can't hear danger. And even he asks Henry, like, do you hear anything? Like, you'd want to know so much, like, you're already scared. And when he asks Ellie, like, does the monster become you, basically? And when she wakes up and sees Sam sitting at the edge of the bed, I was like, okay, it didn't feel right. Something felt off, and especially we know with him being bit as well. I didn't know how fast it would go. This is the first time we've seen a child, be affected. Maybe it went faster because he was a kid, because there's, he's smaller, obviously, and we know from his medical history that he had leukemia at some point, and they were able to get a cure, which, can we talk about that also, which is crazy that in this world, they have the cure for leukemia, and, his brother was able to get him that, but I'm guessing from that his immune system, his blood, something was compromised either through just having the leukemia or that combined with whatever medication they gave him. So I thought, okay, maybe we'll know for sure if Ellie can heal people, because I think that was maybe Tess's big goal, was that, if we get her somewhere, able to test her blood and see what's going on and figure out if they can make a cure. And yeah, it would have been interesting to see if it did work, but obviously that was not the case. And to see this be like Ellie's like first real friend, obviously there's a little bit of an age difference, but clearly they were getting along so well and, confiding in each other. And Joel didn't know that he was bit, and Henry didn't know that he was bit, obviously, and it happened so fast. And I wonder, because of his hearing loss, he didn't know Ellie was awake, obviously, but he knew she was in the room. Like, I feel like he could have attacked her at any point, but he chooses just to sit there and wait till she approaches. And then obviously when he sees her and, she's right there, he attacks her. And, luckily they were able to stop him. But again, we know Ellie's been bit numerous times. So, and I'd like to think that Ellie gave him a little bit of hope, towards the end of his life, even that she showed him her arm saying like, yeah, I've been bit too. And we know that Sam would have been born after the outbreak as well, because I thought maybe it was kids born after the outbreak would have had a higher chance of surviving, but clearly that was not the case. And it's just a tough episode for Ellie, because she's, like, of course I'm scared, like I'm scared of being alone, and things I think she could never tell Joel. I think she felt more comfortable being able to tell Sam those things, maybe because he physically couldn't talk to people about it, or because she just needed to talk to somebody. I don't know, but either way, it was great to learn more about her character that way, because when her and Joel talk, it's, often making fun of each other or like telling jokes, and she's very chatty and, tries to keep it, I don't want to say lighthearted, but, that's her kind of demeanor. And now that this is gone, and the I'm sorry note on Sam's grave was just such a gut punch. Oh my gosh. Now they're going to walk to Wyoming, and Joel had even asked them to come with. And, Henry like very, quickly says like, yes. Like, well, like they had no other plans, obviously. And I think they had a higher chance of survival, being together and going along this path. But it was just, what a freaking tough ending of an episode. Oh my gosh. And then to even see Henry, choose to unalive himself, I feel like once he started to realize what had happened, that's the direction we were going to go in, because it's in any movie or TV show, that's usually what happens, and it was tough to see it come true. But I mean, I don't know what, Henry just would have felt so guilty, and, just a split moment decision, and you don't see it, but obviously we know what happens. And even when he shoots Sam, you just see like a pool of blood, and oh my gosh. I think it just all happens so quickly. They come barreling through the door, and Joel goes for his gun because he knows what's happened, and Henry stops him, but then Henry has to make that choice. And I weirdly think Henry's the only one who could have done it, if that makes sense. Like, I think if Joel had done it, Henry would have hated Joel, and that would have led to some animosity, obviously. And even though it was like nobody's fault, he just got bit, it was an accident, and that's what happens. Unfortunately, they're not going to just leave him, by himself to go hurt other people. But man, Sam's character was one I was hoping we would get to see more of, and just this poor kid just did not stand a chance. I don't know what Henry and Sam would have done. Like, I don't know what their journey is in the video game or what that looks like. And if they were added for the show, I don't know. It felt like they were pretty like solid characters. I feel like they must be in the game. And even Kathleen's character, we learn about her backstory and how, Henry's connection to her brother and everything, I thought was great. And Kathleen's character, I thought maybe they would leave as like a loose, open ending at the end of this episode. Even with Joel and Ellie leaving the city, I thought, okay, maybe they'll leave her because she's, the leader of this resistance. Maybe Kansas City will come back into play in future episodes. I'm not too sure, but nope, she is unalived by like a little kid clicker, which is heartbreaking. And we see that little underground, like, not nursery room, but like a kindergarten or something that they had set up for kids with like a fake soccer wall to practice on. And, we find out from Joel, again, another variation of what could have happened after the outbreak is some people went underground. And we also find out that the Fedra in Kansas City had pushed the affected underground. Whether that was people who were genuinely affected or people they just suspected of being affected, I don't know when those thermometers that they used to test came into play. If they had suspected a little kid was infected, would they let the little kid go down without his parents? Would the parents let, you know what I mean? So I feel like there was a lot of people there already. And then when they send the infected down, did they clear those people out? And it definitely felt sketchy. Like, it didn't feel like a, clean cut situation, obviously. And just to see their whole life, that they had built, and maybe they were fine until the affected came down, and then everybody down there got affected, But the fact that the Fedra and KC also were known, like, Joel's kind of heard about their reputation a little bit, and Henry saying like, well, like, they were doing horrible things for 20 years, like they had been abusing people in a horrible way. And they had these informants who were, turning in their neighbors, which again reminds me of previous situations in history, ratting people out, or I suspect so-and-so is this, and, getting some kind of either financial compensation, or we hear, Kathleen saying for apples, and some of it was for medicine like we saw with Henry and Sam, but people just trying to survive and doing horrible, desperate things in order to survive. And Kathleen and, her brother obviously had different approaches to this resistance and, fighting back. But I mean, I'm not surprised they fought back after 20 years. That's horrible. And Kathleen even admits, she's like, I'm not a nicer person, as my brother, basically. And his brother seemed very peaceful in his resistance, if that's possible, or his rebellion. And obviously Kathleen has a much, much different approach. But yeah, her character's gone. But I like that we got to see that different set of the underground, and we get to see the before from when Ellie and Joel arrived just 10 days before. Like, they picked a terrible time to show up, obviously. This, civil war has basically started in Kansas City, and they're just literally trying to pass through and stumble upon this. And to see the car crash or the truck crash from Henry's perspective as well was really interesting, and to get more of like a sense of the timeline of when all these things happened. But I love that we're still getting to see new sets and everything. Obviously, they're in a new city, and the tunnel system, they didn't run into any affected, so he was right that it was cleared. But of course, we have that big scene, very, very close to the end of the episode, where when the truck started to tilt down, I was thinking, okay, it's either the affected or there's something else going on in the house. And we heard someone mention the word clicker as well. Is that what the affected are called? So that's the first time, I'm pretty sure it's the first time it's been mentioned in the show. So I'm curious, because obviously they do make that sound, like a clicking sound when they approach. So that would make sense. I thought maybe the truck ran into something like old in the house, and like the floorboards weren't solid, and it was slowly starting to tip into like the basement of the house. But clearly that was not the case. It was like the dirt, and we had seen in the previous episode the earth kind of like rising on its own from the affected, and who knows how many were under there. But oh my god, it was just such a like cinematic shot to see them all come rushing out. And I'm assuming that was all people. I don't know if any CGI was involved. Let me know. But it looked very realistic, and just kind of the way they're like crawling on their hands and knees, like literally scampering to try and, survive in their weird way. And what the frick was that giant one? Like, what was that creature? It looked like there was no human left. Like every other affected we've seen so far has had like half of their faces still human. Like even that little girl that climbed in, she had the fungus but only on half of her face, and then arms and legs still normal. And this thing, though, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, I'm blanking on the character's name, but the guy from Dune, almost like Michelin Man, creature coming towards them. He's just like such like, and he was moving still fast, but there was nothing human left of that. Like, I don't know how long that takes, if that was, the first person that was affected in Kansas City. And for 20 years, these things have just been taking over, because we did find out that there's, nothing will stop them, basically. I mean, obviously they can be killed with a gun and other things, but if it's just left to its own devices, this fungus will just grow and grow and grow and grow forever. And obviously that's what happened. Like, there was nothing, there wasn't a fingernail, there was nothing left of this thing. And that's obviously the most powerful too, which was terrifying. It was, even taller. I don't know if the human inside was just naturally taller, but it was bigger than the rest of them, obviously. And the way it just rips Perry's head off as Kathleen is running away was terrifying. Like, doesn't even bite him, doesn't even try to like, oh, I'm gonna make you infected. Nope, straight to ripping off heads. I was like, my god. So that's the first time we've seen anything like that, and I'm not in a rush to see it again. Like, visually it looks really cool, just the the low angled shot of him like pushing himself out of the ground. Oh my god, that's gonna stick with me for a while, just to see this mass chaos. And I love that back and forth between Ellie and Joel as they kind of have this like silent communication of, I mean, obviously they probably wouldn't be able to like signal to each other, but it was mayhem. But still, like, Joel was able to see, okay, Ellie's thinking of this, and he sees her look at the truck, so he protects her as she runs to the truck, and sees her goal for Sam and Henry, so he protects her. He's keeping watch so that she can make it to these places. And I was worried they were going to get separated, that Sam, Henry, and Ellie were going to get across the bridge, and that Joel was going to be stuck in the house, but luckily that's not what happened. And that man that was in the house as well, oh my gosh, like I don't know how he was there or why he was set up. Obviously, it was through the resistance, but like of all the places to be, they must have known the bridge was obviously the closest way out of town, but still just it felt like he wasn't there because he wanted to. It felt like he didn't have a choice. And even Joel asking him, like, please don't do this. Overall, I thought it was a really, really well done episode. As heartbreaking as it was, I thought it was really well done, really well executed, good storytelling, good pacing, great performances. Joel and Ellie obviously have their story, but we're also introduced to Henry and Sam, who play a big part in everything that's happening in Kansas City. And I was like, okay, we've got some connections. We're going to start building something here. But of course, that is not the case. And I feel like this is going to stick with Ellie for a long time. And her first, friend that she made in Sam, and then bonding over this comic book, and that's called Survive and Endure, which obviously is, very relevant to the show and themselves trying to make it out of here and, finally making it out of the city. And now they have to walk to Wyoming. So I'm very curious to see where that's going to go. I don't imagine they're going to meet up with Tommy in the next episode. I don't know if they'll make it by the end of the season even. Please no spoilers, but that's what's pushing them forward, is to get to Tommy. I like that we got to see Ellie try and use her blood to heal people, and she very quickly confides in Sam that like, oh, my blood can heal people. Like, she was warned, don't tell anybody about this, and we know she's been bit multiple times and it's okay. So yeah, it's definitely interesting. Every episode we slowly learn more, and obviously having Henry and Sam's backstory, losing Kathleen in this episode as well. I feel like Kansas City is now just overrun with these affected, and this is only the beginning. Like, as soon as they finish, eating all the people here, they're gonna run into town and take over, and it doesn't seem like they're very well prepared for it, because if these people have been underground for 15 years or something, I think Henry said, then they're not gonna be expecting this attack. So yeah, I don't know that we'll see Kansas City again, but I'm very curious to see where Ellie and Joel's story is gonna go. So thank you so much for sharing in this first time watching with me. If you have any other suggestions for TV shows you think I should watch, please comment below. And as always, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, and check back often for more awesome content. This is horrible. That's the little boy we saw in the building. She's on a rampage. I think she just wants information. I don't think she really cares if it's accurate or not, but to make him look like a superhero. I remember those little notepads, they like erase and clear, which is perfect because obviously you need some way to communicate with people who don't sign. And then bonding over this comic book. Is she gonna try and cure him?